Look, we both know I don't have anything to talk about this week.
Are you kidding me?
No,
That's your job. I do all the editing and the hard stuff. You just kind of look at TikTok for a while and write stuff down.
The hard stuff.
Yeah, you look at TikTok and write stuff down. That's your job.
The hard stuff takes you like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and your thing you do anyway. You do it no matter what. Watch TikTok and do nothing? Yeah.
Yeah, good energy. Good energy this week. Welcome back, everybody.
Well, we were told last week that it was the best episode we ever did by Ian. So that means we have to start stooping down a little bit so we can't,
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess he likes me going on a tangent.
Yeah.
About people.
I think he likes me glazing Jack Frost.
Do what?
I think he likes me glazing Jack Frost.
Yeah, I spent all week trying to figure that out. Like, why is he glazing Jack Frost of all people?
I messaged him today.
What?
Yep.
Really?
Well, apparently he's not on social media, so I had to just message the Roper Kia Facebook page. And I said, hello, me and my father run a local podcast, and we're wondering if Jack Frost would be interested in doing an episode as our special guest. Make us sound professional. And then he shows up, and then...
Really?
Yeah, really did.
Oh, my God.
I got the receipts.
He really did.
Roper Kia. And they looked at it. They didn't respond, though.
Well, why? Yeah, why would they?
I know.
What are you going to do if he says yeah?
We're going to get Jack Frost on. What are you talking about?
Yeah. You might, if you get some questions, you answer them questions honestly.
No. You kidding me?
Like, is it a family-friendly show? No, not really.
We'll be like, yep.
No.
We don't curse. We don't talk about
We try not to for the first minute, and it never fucking works.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah.
You made it 2 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, so
try it. I'm gonna try.
No, dude, shoot your shot.
Shot has been shot.
Yeah, live your dream.
We're gonna hope and see that they say anything. I'm starting to think after they viewed it and didn't say anything, I'm not gonna get a whole lot back. But we're gonna try.
We're gonna need to borrow somebody's Kia and or Roper. Well, because he's gonna pull up in the driveway and we ain't got one of his cars. I mean,
got Chrysler, a Dodge, Mustang.
Yeah. So I mean, we're gonna need to borrow somebody's Roper Kia.
I know a couple Kia people.
There you go.
I don't think any of them like me though.
Oh, well.
Explains a lot.
Yeah. You're not good enough for a Roper Kia.
I'm not good enough of a person to be friends with a Roper Kia person.
Yeah, you can't roll that high. What? You were just sitting there.
I'm playing with a rubber band and I let go and it smacked me in the face.
Oh my God. Yeah. Ian, we're still really on the high quality content here.
It's really tiny ones that stung really hard.
Oh my God.
Okay, so what did you do this week? Cool, no one cares.
All right.
I'm just kidding. What'd you do?
I mean, really nothing. I mean, I worked. So, yeah, worked out of tune and out of town.
Yeah.
Last week. For like, I don't know, the 5th week in a row.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, getting a little burnout. So,
that sucks.
But other than that, just, I don't know. I've been kind of going through redecorating phase.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
what'd you redecorate?
Nothing in here.
Oh, okay.
But like my room and stuff, and just getting rid of a lot of old stuff, and like, you don't happen to want a cow skull, do you?
No, not even a little bit.
Okay. If anybody wants one, let me know. I got
painted.
One. It is painted. Beautiful green.
Looks like a terracotta. Yellow. Like a terracotta bowl.
I mean, it kind of goes with this room, really. But...
yeah, actually kind of does.
Yeah. Got rid of some old clothes.
Yeah.
You got rid of some old clothes. I don't know if you knew that, but you did.
It's fine.
So did Emma.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure if she found them, she probably would have cried. So
took all my hats down.
Your hats off your wall?
Yeah. I'm gonna take them to the office and put them up there.
You grew up from high school.
Oh?
You grew up from high school.
They're just coming to the office.
Every high schooler does that. They'll hang up all their hats on the wall.
Mhm. Well, that way I can find them.
I did a lot of really childish shit in high school. That was one of the few things I didn't do.
Uh,
Hang them all up on one hook.
oh, you didn't like hats?
Yeah, I did.
Not really till like what, junior year?
Like sophomore. No, I always liked hats. My style of hat changed a lot.
He never wore them.
Well, in middle school, I started wearing beanies,
Yeah.
and then it turned to flat bills in
Yeah.
freshman year, and then sophomore year, it went to normal hats.
What does it do with the flat bill? Like, why do you guys wear that?
I wore it for 1 year, and it was just because it was in style.
Yeah, but why? Why? Would anybody? Like, you know what I mean?
No, like it doesn't make sense at all. I know everybody else thought it was cool, so I wore one.
Yeah.
That's really the only reason I did.
First thing I do when I get a hat is curve the bill.
Yeah.
But you can curve it too much.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So how do you curve your hat?
I grab. That's kind of hard to show. Well, I take both halves of the bill
Mm-hmm.
and bend it until my thumb knuckles touch.
Okay.
And that's what because then it'll bounce back a little bit, and that's how I like it.
See, I go thumb on one side, middle on the other, and then I squeeze together till they touch, and then I'll let go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then let it set. If I don't like it enough, then I'll do it again. But you gotta be careful because some guys will straight like duck bill this damn thing,
Yeah,
and it'll look
they'll
like
put a vice grip on it and hold it closed. And
yeah, it'll
let it
look
sit
like
overnight.
yeah, and it'll look like a fucking straw,
Yeah,
or a taco.
looks like an ice scoop.
Yeah, like so. I mean, you can have like flat is like I don't know, but I seen a fight at a bar over a flat bill hat.
Really?
Yeah, because somebody walked up and went womp.
Oh,
Yeah, and
I don't like flat bills, but you can't do that still.
yeah,
That's damaging someone's property.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an improvement, but it's still damage.
Well, it's one of those things where like this guy was older, that guy was younger. They knew each other for a long time, and he's always like,
Giving them shit kind of thing.
yeah, and he didn't mean anything by it. He didn't think he was going to take it that personal, but yeah, he took it that personal. Yeah, you don't walk up and like squeeze somebody's bill.
Even though you want to.
Oh, I want to. Every flat bill hat I see, I'm like got a left eye twitch going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, just bend it. Just bend it. But I mean, now they make them to where like they're recessed so far back that you can't really. I mean, you can still bend it, but it ain't ever gonna look right.
Yeah.
So I never understood keeping the price tag on there too.
Yeah, that was that 1 year I wore flat bills. That's what we did too.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really the price tag on it. It's like the holographic sticker thing that they keep on the top on the bill.
Yeah, whatever it is. I'm like, all right. Why do you want anybody to know what you paid for it? Didn't make sense to me. But I mean, yeah, I also remember that like probably like a good like 95% of my hats have been like given to me from vendors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't like going out and getting like Under Armour or a team logo.
Yeah.
I've never been a team logo guy. I never liked wearing team logo.
The only one I liked was my Alabama one, and I barely wore it.
Yeah.
I wore it really, really strongly for the week I had it, and never wore it since then.
It seems like I had an Alabama hat. And I know I had a Mississippi hat.
Yeah.
Like Mississippi State.
Yeah.
I had their hat just because I like the color of it. And it was like, because I don't like flashy either. I like, like a basic looking hat, a couple of letters. I don't like a whole billboard thing.
Yeah.
If it's a blatant advertisement, like our hats, they just say the Campout on it, which is an advertisement, yes, but it's not so far in your face. The colors, the orange, draws attention away from the actual, sticker of it.
Yeah.
So,
I remember you gave me that Under Armour hat, and I wore it for a couple of years.
Yeah.
As a work hat and like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And then I retired it because I bought a Craftsman hat, like Craftsman tools, and I found like a vintage Craftsman hat at a flea market, I think, and I bought it for like $2, but I really, really liked it, so I wore it all the time, and it became my new work hat. I don't even remember where the Under Armour hat's at now.
Yeah.
I think it might be here in a closet or something.
Well, it's like, like, so ball caps are, I mean, and granted, I wear them daily.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, they are kind of ridiculous. I mean,
Why?
why are we wearing a hat? You know,
See, the problem with it?
right? There's no problem with it, but why are we wearing it?
Well, you
Yeah,
could say the
yeah.
same thing to other people. Why are you not wearing a hat? If it has no reason for saying why, you could say why for anything.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I mean, like usually, like in baseball, like a hat's supposed to like keep like sun out of your eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. But here I am in a movie theater.
Well, I
You
take
know.
mine off in a movie theater
Where do you put it?
on my knee.
Yeah, then you lose it. But that's I never do. I always
Oh.
have my hat on.
No, if I'm inside for longer than like 20 minutes, I take my hat off.
Yeah, like my entire life would be like picture driving your car with the sun visor down all the time.
Yeah.
That's basically how I am day and night,
Like I'm wearing my hat right now, but almost every time during the podcast, I'll show up with a hat, and by the end of the podcast, it's off.
Yeah, I take mine off for
Now I'm
that.
thinking about it, so I have to take it off now.
Well, because like this makes me think, and then my brain starts to sweat and swell, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, it gets very hot and itchy. So,
My TV went out. That sucked.
how'd that happen?
Yeah, so at the apartment, we have a TV in the bedroom and a TV in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought my Roku TV from over here when I used to live here. I brought it over to our apartment and put it in the bedroom. And just one night it was working, and then the next morning it wasn't. And I assumed like, oh, maybe it was the storm because they had like a big thunderstorm the night before. But
Did the lights flicker or my stroke?
yeah, it did.
Okay.
As soon as I said thunder.
All right.
But that outlet works fine. Everything that was in the outlet still works fine except for the TV.
You'd have to Google it, but sometimes those TVs have a fuse in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to take the back off to find it, but Google that brand and like that serial number and whatnot, and see if there's a fuse in the back. If there is, you can just change a fuse out, and your TV will go back to working.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. That's cool.
Yeah, it's not in every TV, but it is in some TVs. Yeah, the older, the more likely it is to have it. But
The older, the more likely it is to have it.
yeah,
Oh, then this one probably doesn't have it then.
yeah, but they
Still worth a check.
Yeah, it's worth a check. But
I could replace the TV for like $50. It's not an expensive TV at all.
Right.
But like it's a little, maybe 30-inch at most. Like
Right.
it's tiny, but
yeah, so it probably doesn't have one. But I mean, I would still check just to verify, because I mean, buying a 20-cent fuse or spending $50 to $100 on a new TV.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't like to put fuses in them because
then you have to buy a new TV if you don't.
yeah. So
That makes sense, but I don't know. I've had that TV for a while. It held up. It got the money's worth out of it for sure. Had it for like 4 years.
I do think it's weird that like no matter how our economy is doing or how far into a recession we are, like we're in a recession right now. Like I bought 3 pizzas at Pizza Hut for $100.
Damn.
Yeah, a little ridiculous, right? And only one of them was the fancy kind.
Yeah.
But
Well, even a fancy kind, that's at least $20 now.
yeah, but even in a recession, like the only thing that's ever gone down in price is TVs.
Yeah, because they're getting cheaper and easier to make.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I mean, now that I say that, I'm sure they'll start going up. But
Oh yeah, because you have that much influence.
we are influencers. I mean,
Is that right?
we're almost on first name basis with the Frost guy. So
Mr. Jack.
yeah, we call him Jackie Frost. That sounds like a
Call him Frosty.
no. It just sounds like a seasonal porno name. Jackie the Frostman has
So-
many hoes.
Okay. So what do we have to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about? I just laid down like some really good fatherly advice, like fuses and hat bending and.
Is that good fatherly advice?
What else do you want? What do you want from me?
Good dad.
Oh well, you're probably out of luck there.
I bought a PSP.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know this is probably a nerd out thing, but I bought a PSP for $20, right?
Mhm.
And it came with no battery, no charger, and a maybe if it works or not. But $20. Okay. I bought a battery for $10, and it came with a charger.
Mhm.
So I'm in this thing $30, and it works fine. Pretty cool. That's it.
Huh.
I got a damn good deal because a working PSP 3000 on eBay
Right.
all day long goes for like 120 to 150.
Well, I just seen the same thing on the TikTok shop.
TikTok shop's not the real deal.
And it does like Nintendo and PlayStation and Sega and
But it's not the real deal.
You
need a legit thing.
What is your deal with like this retro stuff?
I like it.
You want to expand on that or?
Well,
I like it. I like totals.
I like totals. Well, whenever I was a kid, I found the Sega Genesis, yours, from your childhood.
Yeah.
I played it a good bit, so that got me interested in older video games.
Mhm.
And then the next year for my birthday, mom took me out for my birthday, and we went and had food, and then went to the mall, and she gave me a budget to spend, and that'd be my birthday gift. And I bought a Game Boy Color and a couple Game Boy games, and that got me into it a little bit more. I got to have a Game Boy Color for a while, and then I ended up selling it to buy something else. But that was pretty cool, and I think that's where it all started. And now I've got a 360, a DS, a DSi, now a PSP, and a couple other things. But I don't know. I just like older games a little bit more than newer games. Newer games are a lot more money invested and fun, but there's just something about an older game that it's not a craze or a trend to like it. It's just if you like it, you play it, and that's what I like about it. Because right now, a couple of my friends are trying to get me to play Battlefront 2, the Star Wars game.
Oh yeah.
And it's a big trend on TikTok right now and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm I don't want to play it. I get you're supposed to play it now, and everybody wants to play it because it's a trend.
Right.
And I don't want to play it. I played it 2 years ago, and people still say before the trend that it's one of the best games ever.
Right.
I don't like it. I just don't like it. I get so bored.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about it. It's just there's so much going on. I just get so bored.
Well, those games, you're not the main character.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a Star Wars Battle Royale is what it is.
No, it's this team against that team, and it's a very large scale battle thing.
Yeah.
And you're trying to take territories, on the field, and the longer you hold them and stuff like that. Depends on what game you're playing, but yeah, it's not a battle royale. You can be the main character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can take out you can you're playing threes and your two get dropped. You got to solo 3 people, and then you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's exciting. On this, it's you die, you respawn. You only have so many respawns. The entirety of the team only has so many respawns.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's basically a team deathmatch for Battlefield.
Well, with King of the Hill aspect and conquest aspect, and yeah, there's a lot of different aspects to it. But you die, you get back into it. And there's classes and stuff. But you're not the main guy. You're just in a group trying to make it work, I guess.
Yeah.
So I've always liked stuff like that.
Yeah, you like the division and stuff. That's a similar thing. Like you're on a team, you're within a team trying to make the end goal happen.
Yeah.
And I see why you like it, but it's just not something I like. I like being the main character in a game,
Yeah.
like playing Spider-Man or Subnautica or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
To me, that gets boring. Like God of War is fun, like
Yeah, you played the shit out of God of War.
yeah, because of the story. As soon as I know the story, done.
Yeah.
I'm not going for the achievements. I'm not doing any of that.
Yeah.
But I do love how TikTok has made it where it's all like these different trends and stuff, and like people are going to like Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Nobody was there. Like back whenever early days of online, if people were done playing that game, people were done playing that game.
Yeah.
Like so it would start out like what was that? What was that Battlefield? But I think it's Battlefield 4. I was playing all the time.
I think it was either 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was either 3 or 4, and I was playing it, and then I stopped playing it because like everybody stopped playing it at like roughly the same time because it was just like, all right, on to the next new shiny thing. Well, you jump back on it,
Mm-hmm.
and like you're the only one in the lobby speaking English. Everybody else is speaking Spanish, and you're getting your ass whooped. Like it ain't even funny. Like because these guys have been playing since day one and they haven't stopped.
Yeah.
And so you're like, but the teams aren't even fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
You got 10 on this one and 5 on that one, so it's very boring and stuff. But
I don't know, dude.
yeah, but I mean now TikTok can make it to where that game could take off again.
Yeah, I think the whole Battlefront 2 thing started whenever like a bunch of people on TikTok were like protesting for this one new game to come out. They were wanting I don't know what the game was, but they were trying to get a sequel, and they're like, "We want a sequel, we want a sequel," and they held it for months. And then eventually the developers put out the sequel because people wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're trying to do with Battlefront 2. They're trying to get Battlefront 3. And I don't know, man. I'm not that interested. I haven't been interested in like a PvP game in a while, other than like Fortnite. And that's only play Fortnite for the nostalgia of it.
Yeah.
Because they came out with Fortnite OG, which is where you can play the old maps and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the only one I play because it was part of my childhood. It's the only reason I play those games now.
Yeah.
I don't play any other PvP games. I play story games. So I like a good story over PvP.
Don't worry, Canton, if you're still there. We're swinging off of video games onto this other game I've been playing, which he's gonna think this is stupid too. But so I've been playing Bitcoin.
It's not a game.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Okay. I'll entertain you. What? What'd you do?
Well, so I didn't know what. I knew what Bitcoin was, but like I never really looked at it or read it or did anything with stocks or anything like that. And no, I am not giving stock advice. I am not good at doing stocks, and do not do or follow anything that I may or may not fucking say.
There you go.
So
there you go, YouTube.
there's your PSA. But anyway, so the first time I got into Bitcoin, I thought, well, everybody's doing Bitcoin, like whatever, like 100 bones, bam, dropped it down.
Yeah.
I was all like, okay, cool. And then it's like, oh, Adam put money in, time to drop. So I went from 100 to 80 real quick. I'm like, oh shit, so I panic and I just take it all out,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm down $20, it cost me $20 just to look at the graph for a minute,
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that was fucking stupid, and it's been kind of eating at me.
Yeah.
About it. So I was like, you know what, I'll throw $5 in. So I threw $5 in. And so like every time you guys cash at me something, I'll take a little bit of that and like make it even on my account.
Okay.
So if I have like $22 on there, I'll wait. So I usually wait till like a 2% drop in the day. Because
Yeah.
Bitcoin trades 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop. So I'll wait for that 2% drop, and then I'll throw in the $2 or the $5 or the whatever. Just little hits and misses, wherever I know that okay, it's probably not going to go much lower, but if it does, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was negative 20%, right? And I've been playing that as a game, because I'm fully aware that that money can be gone today.
Yeah.
And let me check currently. I was at negative 20%. I'm now at positive 0.19.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got past the 20%. And so my returns for that is a whole 48 cents.
There you go.
Yeah, to make my account worth $98.19.
Oh shit.
I know. I mean, I'm Jamaica or Bahamas, like where you want to live. Like I'm trying to that's the hardest part of this. But I just found it interesting, to do like
Yeah.
as a hobby or again. That's where I've kind of transitioned, like I'm older. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I mean, Red Dead's still fun, but that Bitcoin though. Like, I don't know, like somebody giving me 48 cents because I hit a button whenever it was down 2% or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, if I would have done it like when it was at like 10% down, then I would have gained a lot more, but 2% works for me.
Yeah. Well, I tried to mess with it at one point too. Um, with the stock market in general. Not really Bitcoin, but just the stock market. And I ended up making a good bit of money from it. Like at the end of it, all total ones that I put money into, I probably totaled out to like a extra $100 or something.
Mhm.
Like I'm actually pretty decent at it. I know like good because there's times of year to get into it. It's not really like a day by day thing unless you're dealing with like large amounts of money.
Yeah.
But like a good time to get into like Victoria's Secret because that's a pretty common stock for some reason.
Yeah.
Get into
Yeah.
that one around January because
Yeah.
that gives people enough time they're starting to buy for Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Same thing with
Well,
Hershey's.
and
And
you want to do it before they have their big runway fashion show, stuff like that, because the stocks always go up after that.
another good one, Airbnb around like April.
Mhm.
Get into Airbnb because parents are starting to, book trips for the summer.
Yeah.
So hit it around April, be pretty good low point before it starts going up, and you'll see it go up pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the, I mean, if you buy it low, right?
Mhm.
Like you're wanting to sell it high, of course. But I mean, for it to be profitable, you have to throw so much in. I mean, if you're looking for like, well, I mean, say you get a 10% spike, you
Mhm.
know, like, for $1,000, you're gonna have to throw in $10,000 or $10,000 on hope that it's a 10% spike. That's kind of, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, it would be nice. I would love to do. I would love to sit here and have like a big pool of money that I can just like, all right, we're gonna buy now. Oh shit, now sell. I made my money for the day. I'm gonna go to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like I would love to be able to do that. I just don't have the funds to do that.
Yeah.
It's like so like what I'm doing now, if it was a large amount of money
Mhm.
and I throw in whenever it's down 2% and then wait for it to go up to where I'm at, you know, positive 4%,
Mhm.
then I would sell. But I mean, we're talking I'm up like 1% right now, and it's 48 cents.
Yeah.
I mean, not really gonna pay the bills on that. The fee for me to cash out is higher than what I would be profiting, so I would still be losing money if I took it all out.
Yeah.
So I would love to get to where I was just like I do that and I just make like $300 a day.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
A
but I
lot of
mean,
people do it.
They do, but they had to take a chance with, you know, $10,000,
Yeah.
you know, and just try to get that little bitty bump.
Mm-hmm.
1% $100. You
You know, it
know,
would be pretty cool. Good
well,
idea. We take a loan out and try and build up your money a little bit here and there, and then pay out the loan all at once.
mhm,
And then, like, say you do $20,000 loan, okay, and then you do what you just said, put the thing in, goes up 10,000 or goes up 10%. That's 2,000 profit. You go pay the bank back. Now you got $2,000. You can do little by little at another 10%. You got another $200, and
yeah.
then go up and up and up.
Well, the only thing that I disagree with what you just said was the first part where you said, it'd be a good idea. Um, I mean, it's an idea,
Yeah,
and it could be good, but boy, it'd be scary.
that would be.
I mean, you're putting. I mean, like well, first off, I don't think you find a bank that's going to give you, 10 grand to, like I'm gonna play in the stock market. you know,
Well, that's what tax fraud's for.
no. Um, but yeah, I mean, it would still be a lot. It would be a lot of fun. I would love to do it. It's like going to Vegas without going to Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the casino right here. It's a really slow slot machine, is all it is.
Yeah.
And stocks and Bitcoin and all that. I mean, really is a fucking joke. Like, it's not worth anything. But you cash out the right time, it can be.
Well, let's move on from the stock market.
No, good, because I was out.
Okay. Well, I'm still out. Let's just find something else to talk about.
How's things with the baby?
Oh, baby's good. Baby's good. Actually, we haven't had an appointment with the baby in a while.
Yeah,
I wonder when the next one of those is coming up. Um, but yeah, I'm starting to feel it kick more and more.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. Um, I don't know, nothing crazy. Just it's still there.
So you having the baby is why I haven't been giving you really any crap about like all the retro games and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Because eventually I'm gonna finish decorating this game room with a bunch of retro games. Because somebody gonna need some diapers. Hey, Dada, you want to buy a PSP right quick?
Well, I mean, I'm being smart. I'm not going out and buying,
No, I'm
dropping $200 a month on video games. Like,
Yeah.
I'm 30 bucks in for something I'm going to spend several hours on.
Well, it's like so. I was playing World of Warcraft, right? And I was paying. So I had gotten internet out there at the farm, and then I paid. I think it was like $15 a month back then for a subscription to World of Warcraft. And my dad, who went out, like Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, like he always went dancing. He wasn't a drinker, but he just liked dancing. And I was in my mid to late 20s,
Mm-hmm.
and um, he's like, "Why are you playing that damn game?" And he would always give me shit about it. And so I told him, I was all like, "Well, Dad," I said, "I'm 20, blah blah blah, whatever age I was." I said, "What I should be doing is going to the bar and drinking, chasing women, staying out late, making some real poor decisions. Or I'm paying $40 a month for internet. I'm paying $15 a month for World of Warcraft. I'm only spending $55 a month."
Yeah.
I was like, "You're doing that in gas a week. So, I mean, and whenever I put it to him like that, he's like, "You know what? That's a really good idea." Yeah, go ahead. He never said anything else about me playing that game.
Yeah.
You know, so, but I don't know.
Smart.
Yeah.
Good way to get them to see it.
So other than Jackie Boy,
Huh?
Jack Frost,
Oh, yeah.
because we're tight like that. Who else do you want on here?
Donald Trump.
No, let's stick with like local celebrity here.
Okay, local celebrity. Well, we got Jack Frost.
Uh,
I think it'd be really cool to get Doug Hetty on. I think I said that last week too, but
I don't know if you did or not, but I mean that would be a cool one.
yeah,
I don't. I mean, I don't foresee that happening because like his social media presence is much larger than ours.
yeah.
We don't even have a Facebook page.
I think Doug Hetty would be cool. Do we have any other local celebrities? I mean,
Well,
Doug Hetty and Jack Frost. That's about it.
I mean, we got a few local like TikTokers that are pretty up there.
Yeah, but those ones are way up there.
Well,
The only one that comes to mind now lives in California with a group of other big TikTokers.
so if you take out like baseball, basketball, football, all that stuff, right? What other like sport would you want to talk to somebody about? Like motocross. Like I would do paintball. Like I would love to find the highest ranking team in Missouri and talk with them. That'd be cool.
I think it'd be really funny having a conversation with someone that's like semi-pro golf,
Yeah, that would be cool.
because I know we would have a lot of arguments.
Yeah. 'Cause if
Like, so
tell 'em-
you tell me you devote your life to the most boring sport ever made.
it's not boring.
Yeah, it is.
No, if you have skill,
Competitive fishing is more interesting.
if you have skill, it's not boring. Um,
Competitive fishing is more interesting to do and to watch.
honestly, I would agree with you until I've seen like all the rash of cheating that went with competitive fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they're like shoving like lead weights down a fish's mouth.
Yeah.
Like really, like I understand it's a lot of money. Why it's a lot of money, I don't know.
Because it's professional.
Well,
Anything that's professional is worth a lot of money.
yeah, but why would anybody throw 10 grand at a winner of a fishing tournament? Like, what are they getting out of that? All they're doing is like advertising to other people that have already bought their shit. Like it's not like big news. It ain't trending on TikTok, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, did you hear what Phil, what's his name, did? He caught a 7 pound, 0.6 ounce largemouth bass. Oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
that's not happening.
People
So-
do talk about the Masters.
They do.
It's so crazy. Like, you devote so much of your life into one skill and be the top in the board of all people that play that sport, and you get a coat.
Well, and a shit ton of money, but yeah.
But like, you don't get a trophy to hang on your wall. You get a coat and some money.
You get a trophy.
Do you?
Yeah.
Nobody cares about it then.
Yeah. They
care about the coat and the money.
Well, yeah, because it's a tradition.
Stupid tradition.
Why?
Because you like do amazing at something. You get like a Super Bowl ring or a NBA championship ring or trophy, and
Right.
now you get a coat.
The most macho sports that we can think of, and we do what? We give them a ring.
Yeah, the biggest, blingiest, most expensive ring you can think of.
How many rings you got on today?
Not one.
How many rings was Emma wearing today?
Probably one or two.
Mm-hmm. Girls wear rings.
Guys wear rings too.
If we're married and the women make us, yeah. I mean,
Or if you're a fucking pimp at a sport.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen LeBron James wearing nothing on his hands.
LeBron James, really?
Tom Brady, LeBron James, doesn't matter.
Tom Brady does not wear his rings.
He do too.
Whenever he's at a photo shoot.
Pretty sure he did at the roast.
No, I don't think so.
Pretty sure he wore at least one.
I'll have to rewatch.
You could probably do all 10 fingers, but yeah, then we at least had one.
He has 7, but like in total,
1.5 fingers.
But yeah, like
1.5 hands. I mean,
those things are so expensive. You don't wear them on the daily.
Yeah,
but it's still, it's just, what I'm saying, like it.
So you tell me you're gonna wear your master's coat every day?
No, I wouldn't wear my master's coat every day, but at least it's like a macho kind of thing. It's a dress jacket. Like it's to a suit that a man wears. Yeah,
I don't see it working out, but
yeah, like every ring ceremony that like football and basketball has should have Beyonce playing in the background.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
So you're comparing NFL rings to a golf jacket.
Yeah.
You think that the golf jacket is better than a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
How many people do you think?
It makes more sense to me.
How many people do you think tuned into the Masters?
A bunch.
How many think you turned into the Super Bowl? Bunch more.
Well, there's a lot of Taylor Swift fans, but yeah.
Okay, before Taylor Swift. Let's say Tom Brady was in the Super Bowl again. How many people would watch that?
Not as many as the year before. And not as many as the year before that.
Well, yeah, because Tom Brady won every year.
But no, it's been like NFL has been on a steady decline. NBA has been on a steady decline. MLB has been on the fucking bottom for a while.
Yeah.
You know, like, and they're all fun to watch.
I feel like Masters is below the MLB.
Well, that's once a year.
Yeah.
You know,
isn't MLB's thing once a year?
You can watch a Major League Baseball game like almost any day of the fucking week.
Well, I mean, in like their championship. I was comparing championships, like the Masters versus the.
Well, it's the best of 7 days, so.
I don't know, man.
So it's more than one. You
I'm
know?
just trying to argue with you. I don't know.
You like arguing with me.
I'm argued out today.
Are
I've
you?
done a lot of arguing today.
Then what are you going to talk about? Let's get emotional. What's wrong?
Done too much arguing today.
Okay. Well, then let's talk about something we agree about. Boobs are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like Ahsoka?
On the Star Wars, like the show or boobs?
Yeah, the girl. The show.
Okay. Yeah, the show's good.
Okay, we can agree there.
Okay.
You like Twizzlers?
Where is it? Like, you ain't getting personal with me here.
You like Twizzlers?
No.
Okay, well, we'd argue on that.
Yeah. Twizzlers and the wax lips that used to be a thing back whenever I was a kid taste the exact same.
Ew.
Yeah.
I remember the wax lips.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, Twizzlers is just like a candle without a wick.
I like Twizzlers. I think Twizzlers are gas.
Yeah, I can't eat them. I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Man, we are dragging ass this episode.
Well, I'm trying to get you to like open up to me.
Well, that's not entertaining.
Tell the world.
No, we need to do something. We gotta entertain the people.
Like what?
Like talk about something cool. Okay, I got you. All right.
All right, women are bitches, and I'm gonna tell you what.
No.
The look on his face was so priceless.
No. So I know this is nerd out shit, but it's leading into a good thing. So I've been playing this game called Subnautica.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of it?
I've heard of it.
I'm going for the platinum trophy in it, so it's been on my mind a lot. But I was just thinking, what if you were that guy? Okay, you were stranded in the middle of the ocean with, we'll just make it easy, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing on a raft.
Yeah.
No paddle, no nothing. Just you in your basic clothes, nothing in your pockets, on a life raft. What would you do?
I mean, I'd look for land.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, there's no land in sight, obviously. You're out stranded out in the middle of the ocean. If you see land, you're going to swim for it. We know that.
And what do I have in the boat?
Nothing. It's you and raft.
Well, then you die.
No, you wouldn't. I kicked ass in the game, dude.
All right, Jacques Cousteau.
I built a house. I got vehicles.
Out of what?
Out of stuff that's in the floor of the ocean. I got shit, dude. What do you got? Death.
Dude, you're getting winded tying your shoelaces. Like, you ain't holding your breath getting down to the fucking bottom. Like,
at least I'm not on Velcro, old man.
You
couldn't even do Velcro. You had to get slip-on boots.
I can't wait till I get to the age where I get that long spoon on a handle for the back of my boot. Yeah, I'm almost there.
Yeah,
not quite.
Get you a little hook. You can put it in the loop of your boot on the back.
Yeah, I mean, if you're out in the middle of the ocean, the bottom isn't shallow enough for you to dive down to.
Okay, well, let's say that it is, because I'm picturing the game in my head. It's shallow enough, and in your vicinity, there's nothing that's going to kill you. But if you leave your vicinity, then there's sharks and stuff.
So roughly a sandbar.
Yeah, but
like it's underwater.
Yeah, but you're not attached to
Yeah.
any large landmass.
Yeah, like a little bit of a coral kind of situation going on.
Sure, yeah.
All right.
You've got trash, scrap metal.
Now, does the life raft have like that rope thing that goes all the way around it?
Sure, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. Well, man, do I have the stuff I would normally carry on my persons?
Said no initially, but that's kind of unrealistic. So yeah, you got your knife, you got your phone, you got your wallet, keys, cigarettes.
Like it's like that'd be
Your
shit.
lighter's ruined though.
Oh, that's worse. Like, dude, I've been out of cigarettes and like been all right, but like whenever I got them, but the lighter don't work,
Yeah.
man.
Whenever I used to smoke, I had that a couple times. I was like, motherfucker.
Dude, you talk about an emotional wreck.
I should have kept a magnifying glass in my console. Just get out the car and just hit the sun with a magnifying glass.
Dude, I have like I've lit cigarettes off of a muffler.
Yeah,
So
I believe that.
yeah. So but anyway, so yeah, I'd have my knife, I cut the rope, I tie off, one end to the raft, and then I would dive down and try to get something around the coral. So that way I could be in one location.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, first I'd look to see if there was any like fish floating or, swimming around or anything like that I may have a chance of catching.
Do you mean to tell me you're going to go into a fish's home court and you're going to win?
Well, no.
Okay.
Like,
Just making sure we're on the same page.
but, I mean, it kind of depends on what, like what style of rope it is. I mean, if it's like the polyurethane kind that I'm thinking, where it's like braided and stuff.
We'll go with like the real thick, like towing rope, basically. Like it's braided with like 8 different kinds of rope, all braided real tight.
Well, I would try
And
to
then you cut it, phrased like a bitch, that kind of rope.
right, but I would try to get like a long strand of it.
Okay. Just one long string, get a fishing pole going.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably look for something on the bottom, and I'd have to find like,
Yeah, where'd you find the stick?
well, I'd have to probably break off a piece of coral,
So
and then
fishing pole's a 6-inch thick long strand of coral.
yeah, yeah, and then probably try to find some like clams or something.
Mm-hmm.
Get clam meat. The hook. I think what I got on.
So there's scrap metal on the ground, so maybe find a can or something.
Yeah, or take my key ring off my keys.
Okay, so you got food, you're gonna survive,
Yeah,
You're gonna be able to keep sustenance in you. How are you gonna get home? How are you gonna get to land at least?
well, the only reason I would be doing that is to try to get enough stores. Like a can. Now I've got a glass, like something to drink out of.
Mm-hmm.
And then trying to figure out some way to make some kind of still. But I mean, I can't make no fire because I'm on a raft.
Mm-hmm.
I still personally, I still think I'm dead, no matter what I do. Because I can't get no water. Like in the game, like you have this thing that makes shit for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you ain't got that.
Yeah,
You're done for.
Yeah, you don't have scanner. You don't have flippers. You don't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
So we're playing Stranded Deep. You're not really playing Subnautica.
Yeah.
Stranded Deep's even harder.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in Subnautica, I mean, yeah, main character. I'm aura farming all day.
Yeah, whatever.
Like
Dude, you'd shit
not
your
a problem.
pants first hour.
Not a problem.
No, you wouldn't make it a day. You'd go into shock in the first second you stepped out of the pod.
What?
I would too. I'm not.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd freak shit.
Like, oh, the sun's way too bright.
I don't think I would ever leave the life pod. All the weird looking fish. It's going to kill me. I know it is.
The only thing I would have above you is that I would just have a better tan and you would like burn to a crisp.
I don't burn.
I've seen.
Not anymore. I'm evolved.
Oh, he's the one.
I'm peak.
Uh huh. This is the peak male form.
Peak of male physical fitness.
Yeah. I think I would do better if I was in the snow. Like, if I was like on a mountain or something.
Really?
Yeah, with everything that I usually carry on my persons, I feel like I'd be all right then.
I doubt it. I think you'd be worse off
How so?
because everything's buried in deep snow, and
Uh-huh.
you're gonna get hypothermia
Yeah.
and then just die. You won't be able to find any food. Everything that is alive is hidden away.
Uh-huh.
Everything that's a plant or something has died because it's winter.
Right, but if I have to come out for food, that means something else has to come out for food. So I have a chance of doing that.
They hibernate.
Not rabbits, wolves.
You mean to tell me you're catching a rabbit?
Yeah, I can
My
kill a rabbit.
ass, dude. You're catching a sneeze at best.
So
You're catching a cold. That's what you're catching.
So I'm not as good as a basic surviving caveman.
Yeah. You've succumbed to a modern life.
Dude, they don't even have a pocket knife.
They had rocks.
They don't have shoes.
Dude, you're done for. I'm telling you. You've succumbed to modern life. You were out of it.
I was in the Boy Scouts. I'll be fine.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
What?
I was in the Boy Scouts for a lot of fucking years.
Really?
Yeah.
What's their call sign?
Their call sign?
Yeah. What's the thing you say?
You mean their motto?
Yeah, what's their motto?
Oh God, that's been a while.
Yeah, faker.
I remember the salutes. It's kind of like a cult. Always be prepared, I think was the motto. But
A volunteer's tribute.
yeah, I think it was always be prepared. But I mean, there was like a whole there was a pledge.
Yeah.
I don't remember the pledge.
Mm.
But like their motto was always be prepared, I'm sure. Like let's ask. Alexa, what's the Boy Scouts motto?
Boy Scouts of America, do a good turn daily. The motto is be prepared.
Yeah.
Do a good turn daily and
Be prepared.
be prepared.
Huddle.com. Daily
Sorry.
meals to-
Alexa, we're done.
Stop, please.
No, motherfucker.
One of these days she's going to.
Interrupting me. Shit.
I put a lot of thought into this. But yeah, no, I was in the Boy Scouts for a lot of years.
I actually amping it up for content or anything. I had no idea. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I always thought you were a loser.
Took swim lessons every year.
Yeah.
I was on the swim team.
How did you ever get laid?
What do you mean?
You were a Boy Scout and on the swim team.
Well, are you?
Did you play chess?
I mean, I did. At home.
Exactly.
But, dude, you're over there with a PSP, all right? Like,
dude, PSPs are cool now.
So let me get this straight. You think that having the PSP is a lot more of a poo-tang slang than competitive swimmers?
Dude, you show up at the function. All right, you're at a party. Sitting on the couch, talking to some girl, whatever. Whip out a PSP? Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, and
that girl's leaning all over you. What you playing? I'm playing Cars.
Yeah,
Need for Speed.
Have you seen fucking swim team competitions?
Yeah.
And you think the PSP is going to outdo them?
Yeah.
And if you notice, I'm not saying me because I totally was in the beach whale squadron. Like, I mean,
you were security at best.
No, I mean, so what did I compete in? I did backstroke, side stroke, and we did like I don't remember how many person relay it was.
Two?
No, I think it was either 3 or 5. And yeah, then you could swim any way you wanted to, for that as a freestyle. But
you were the freestyler of.
Well, in the relay, I was, yeah.
Okay.
But the other competitions were singles. So
I think the only thing you could gain from being on the swim team is you'll be in shape. You'll be in pretty good shape. And if we're judging for me and you, like I know you were not in good shape in the swim team. Trust me, I'm not in good shape either. But I got a PSP, dude.
So you've seen college swim meets,
No.
Well, they have them. That's where one of them was where the guy was competing in the women's division because he identified one day. But yeah, there are scholarships to go to college for.
Dude, there's esports scholarships.
Not for PSP, there ain't.
You bet there is.
There ain't.
Yeah, huh?
Don't make me ask her. All right.
Ask her. I want to know.
You want me
Ask her.
You want me to ask her if there's a PSP scholarship?
Yeah. Is there a scholarship for playing PSP and esports?
You really?
Yeah, I'm serious. Do it.
Alexa, is there a scholarship for college and playing PSP esports?
Shit, listen to the last one you said.
Scholarship program is the largest undergraduate scholarship program available to.
Yeah, she's
on a ramble. Alexa, never mind. Love you.
Motherfucker, quit asking shit if you don't want to listen.
Oh. Yeah, no, let's be real, there's not. So,
That could be.
I mean, there are esports scholarships, sure. Like, there's no doubt on that. But, I mean, PSP, PlayStation Portable, there's not even any competitive games on there.
Yeah, huh? You could have played COD back in the day.
Yeah, okay.
Realistically, no.
Yeah.
But PSP's still cool.
Yeah. So, anyway.
It's cooler than Chess Club. We can at least agree on that. What? You mean literally anything, video game, anything is better than Chess Club?
I mean, chess is pretty fun.
Chess is fun, but like, I've never met a person in a chess club that was even close to the word cool.
Have you ever played competitively?
No. But I've seen the people that have.
You mean the ones that own the businesses that you end up having to work for? Yeah. We've all seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them sir now.
Hey, I said I was done arguing.
No, you're not. You ain't ever done arguing.
Damn.
Is there anything else you don't know about me? You didn't know I was in the Boy Scouts?
That's the dumbest question.
Yeah, I know.
Is there anything else you don't know?
It was.
I don't know.
Motherfucker, it was rhetorical. If you were in chess club, you'd know that.
Is that right?
Yeah. God, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I was in like the chess club. Like, like I think I went to like a meeting one time.
You went to a meeting?
Yeah.
Chess club has a meeting?
Well, I mean, they like meet and practice, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's like an after school thing.
I mean, I don't know anything that I don't know about you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to. I was saying that with me, like asking myself, like, is there anything you don't know about
Well,
me?
did you come up with anything?
Well, I mean, you gotta give me time.
People aren't listening for time; they're listening for content. They want shit to hear.
Uh-huh.
Ain't that right? Yeah, Colby, that's right. We like to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, that's the only time you win an argument. I don't know. Swim team was a lot of fun. Like, I don't know. So we didn't do like swim lessons with you. I mean, I know you guys went to swim lessons, I think, once.
I never did.
No, you were little. Like, I think you went once, twice, something like that. My mom made us go every year.
I don't remember going,
No.
but
Like, she made us go all the way to like to where we could be lifeguards if we took the test.
oh yeah,
Yeah. So like every summer is what we did.
well, that's cool.
Well, the reason behind it is because her cousin, who was like a competitive swimmer, did like the triathlons or biathlons, whatever, where you like run and bike and swim.
Oh, like an Ironman?
Yeah, kind of deal. Yeah,
Okay.
her cousin did that, and he died in an undertow. It's a current of water that's under the surface of the water.
Oh yeah. I know what that is.
Yeah, and he was like, I think he was swimming in a quarry,
Mm.
and undertow took him down and never found him, kind of deal.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's why she made us take swim lessons every year. Not that that would have helped him, because he was a competitive swimmer, but she was worried about us drowning when we were younger.
Yeah.
So the best swim lesson you guys ever got was one year on my birthday. We were camping, and Jamie was trying to use your head as a stepping stone to get out of the water.
I remember that day very
Yeah.
clearly. I know the whole story for that.
I told you about your grandpa saving my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, something that I think is kind of weird, kind of building off of you and your dad kind of thing. Is it weird to know that, like, the point that me and you are at right now, like, I'm 20, you're 40 something, and we're
Three.
like, huh?
3.
43.
I get.
Well, so many years, it's hard to remember all of them.
Yeah.
But like you and your dad were at this point at some point, like there was some point in your life where you and your dad, like you were 20 years old, your dad was whatever age he would be at the time, sitting talking, and now roles are completely switched. Now you're the dad and I'm the son.
So at this point in my dad's shared life, I was 20 and he was 40 something. He didn't really have a career per se,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a child on the way. So, well, no.
No, you had a couple more years.
Yeah, no, I had a couple more years. Yeah. But I did not have a career going. I was living with your mother in a blue apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I was working for a body shop, kind of semi part time, because they just didn't have a whole lot of work for me. I mean, like if I was getting 40 hours, it was a really good week. I think I was getting, was it 4.25 an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I think it was like 4.25 or $5. Can't remember. May have been 5. I was doing that, and my dad was divorced and just started going to like they have these like singles meetings. So like the churches usually do it, but like it's for like older people that are single, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and you just like kind of come and you hang out and you talk and stuff, you know. It's kind of like a dating service, but in person. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like swiping right was actually pushing them out the door. You know, swiping left was pushing them back into the crowd of dudes that were looking to find some love.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's like my dad would never do anything like this.
Yeah.
God, no, he would not air out his feelings for nothing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, that's not really what I was meaning. I was meaning more like, does it feel weird that those roles have now swapped? I was meaning what I said, not what you went
oh,
with.
not how I interpreted it.
No, like how now, like because at some point you were, of course, my age. You were a young adult kid, and now you're the old man father figure.
I never thought I would be here
Yeah.
on this side of the ball. So it is weird,
Mhm.
you know. And I know you probably think that way too. Like I'm never going to be as old as my dad.
Well,
And-
I think I will, but
right, but like you're not going to be old like me. Like I'm sure, like like oh my back. And you're like, yeah, it will happen to me.
it's already happening. Like I know how like you're supposed to see it. Like, oh, I'm young, I'm gonna live forever.
Mhm.
But I'm a little bit more logical, I guess. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get old. Yeah, everything's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I was logical too, but man, it's you don't expect it. Like I don't feel like I should be 43.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I should be much younger. My body tells me differently, but um,
Your body keeps you in check.
yeah, because I mean, like I don't know, I mean, just random shit hurts daily, but um, yeah, it is really really weird,
Mhm.
you know, and it makes me respect my father so much more.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because I mean, I already respected him and I already loved him, but knowing his side of the struggle, which someday you'll see my side of it, you know, you'll because you got a kid on the way and everything, and like, why doesn't she listen?
Yeah.
You know, And like, what I always found funny was like, you guys would give me some scenario, and I've been in the scenario,
Yeah.
and I tell you, well, this is what you should do because this is what's going to happen if you do it the way that you're talking about. And I seriously get the, yeah, right.
I've given you that one several
Yeah,
times.
yeah, no, I know what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to work out the way I want it to. And I'm just sitting here like, y'all think I just like make this shit up? Like, I don't like. I
And
mean,
like 90% of the time, you're right. But every once in a great while, I do come out on top. Very, very rarely.
yeah, I'm almost. I think my score was over 90%. But
We'll go like 95.
yeah,
There's every once in a great, great while I'm on top. But
yeah,
most of the time, yeah, you're right.
yeah, and yeah, but I mean, it's not just you. I like, Jamie did it to me the other day, and I'm so like, man, I ain't making this up just to do it, like.
I'm not talking just to talk, man.
Yeah, but my dad was much more of like I'm going to force you to see it my way.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I didn't like it whenever I was younger. And I don't know if it helps or if you guys even understand or appreciate it, but I think it's important that you guys make your own mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
As long and I will let you make your own mistakes if I have the means to catch you if you fall.
Okay, yeah. Like, let us learn the lesson if you can kind of back it up.
Yeah, but as you get older, that safety net shrinks.
Yeah.
And luckily I got to keep my safety net a lot longer than a lot of other people. Some people never even had it.
Yeah.
Like, like I can't really even say that your mom ever really had a safety net,
Okay.
um, like all her risk and chances
Mm-hmm.
were taken with, leaps of faith. Like, I better not hit the bottom because it's going to hurt,
Yeah.
But luckily for me, though, I had a little bit of a safety net.
Yeah.
Now the only problem with my safety net was it was only from my dad's side, and all the way down to that safety net, I was going to hear, "I told you so. I told you so. You're a dumbass. I told you so." But it's still good to have that net. So
Yeah.
then one day it's gone, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Now I have to figure shit out of my own.
Yeah. How am I the safety net? That's bullshit. So
Yeah.
yeah, I could hear him getting that phone call from Kansas City about the car being towed, and you're stuck and stranded there,
Yep.
And I'm just all like, oh man, I could just picture that phone call.
Yeah.
Like he didn't like it whenever like I forgot I didn't have money for biscuits and gravy at Judy's, and he had to pay for it the next morning.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You should have been there. Like, oh man, it was rough because we were in like downtown sketch ass Kansas City at midnight, no car. One of our phones was in the car. One of our phones were dead, and the other phone had 2% on it.
Yeah.
2% of battery life. We were all like, "Oh shit, this is gonna get squirrely."
Say you weren't in the Boy Scouts. You weren't prepared.
Well, we were in the Boy Scouts. We had Uber.
On 2% battery life, yeah.
Well, we just requested the Uber, and then remembered what the car looked like, and then our phone died. So we just had to remember, like, okay, this is the car. Yeah, all right.
Oh
And
my God.
yeah, we completely it was rough,
Yeah.
but we made it to the college. Slept there, figured it out the next day.
Yeah.
I remember I had to wake you up, like, "Hey, Dad," you're like, what?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm stranded."
Yeah.
Where's the car? I don't know.
Yeah. Who took it? I don't know.
Yeah, we got out of the concert and it was gone.
Yeah. Luckily, you guys found the sign that said what da 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 da. But
Yeah, well, the sign wasn't even in the spot. It was completely like on the other side of the parking lot,
yeah,
and it had it like we found out the next day, like or I think afterwards. But on each parking spot, it had it like some kind of symbol or something on each spot that basically said don't park there.
Yeah.
And on the first like 3 spots that we were in, and then next to us, all of those symbols had worn off. So there was no symbols on the spots we were on, and the rest of the symbols were filled.
Yeah.
The rest of the spots were filled. So there was no indication for us within our sight that we could tell. The only other spot was under all the cars, and then a sign all the way across the parking lot, like 50 feet away,
Yeah.
that we didn't even pass. We didn't drive by it, didn't walk by it. We pulled in the parking lot and walked away the way we came to go into the concert. So I did everything I could
Yeah.
without putting effort in checking.
Well, yeah. I mean, all I needed was the name, and
Yeah.
called, got it taken care of, and it wasn't a big deal. I mean, the problem with it is they want you to show proof of ownership,
Yeah.
and that would require me driving all the way up there to do it. But since I was so like, there was no argument with me because them guys hear a lot of arguments. You motherfucker took my car. I wasn't parked in a bad spot. It don't even have a. They're used to that.
Yeah.
And, like I'm like, hey, my son went to a concert, parked where he shouldn't have. You guys towed it. How much do I owe?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, what is it? And I'm like, it's this car, da 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 da. And he's like, yeah, I don't even remember how much it was.
It was like $400.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah. I mean, can I pay it over the phone or what do I got to do?
Mhm.
And I don't remember what it was. I think I had to send you money.
Yeah, you had to send it to me, and I had to go withdraw it because they needed it in cash.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there actually is damage on the car still.
Yeah, there's always going to be damage on the car from that.
Yeah.
Like it.
I wasn't mad about it,
Yeah.
because the car's not perfect. They handled it with better care than they could have.
Yeah. Well, I
They
mean,
could have ruined it, and they did a pretty
Yeah.
good job.
most cars aren't built to be put on a tow truck, especially out of a parking spot.
Yeah.
Because they got to get fancy with it.
Mhm.
Side of the road, they can put it on a rollback, and you ain't got no problems.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, this was on a busy street it was right next to.
Yeah, and I mean, you were nosed in, right?
Yeah.
So they probably picked it up from the back.
Yeah.
Pulled it out.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely did, because the front bumper was all scraped up and there was a little chunk taken out.
Yeah, flat spots on the tire. Shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's extortion is what it is, but because they hold your shit, it's not just a move it and put it on the side of the road.
Yeah.
It's not like, no, you pay me, or
Yeah.
if you don't pay me,
It's going to auction or something. Yeah.
if you don't pay me in this amount of time, then it's this much. Because if you wouldn't have paid it that day, it would have been $800 the next day.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going up until you can't afford it, and then they keep the car, then they sell it.
Because they max out like as much as they possibly can for how much they can get out of you.
Yeah.
Like whatever the law says, like you can only charge up to,
Yeah.
200% of the bill every day, and they will put every 200% back on.
Yeah. But it's a very serious thing whenever you get a car towed out, because you parked illegally.
Yeah.
And
Because you broke the law, and you cost the fuel company time and their gas and their holding space. And
well, I mean, really, I don't care about the law. I don't care about the people that own the parking space. I don't give two shits about that. All I care about is if you get a car towed, and you have to get it out quickly, because if not, you're not going to be able to afford it, and it's going to be cheaper for you to go get another car.
Yeah.
And like that car still, you got to make payments on it.
Yep.
So they get the car, you're still making payments. They're making $5,000 off of a $400 job.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to do it and do it quick.
Hopefully there's not a whole lot left on that car. It'd be really nice to drop a bill.
Yeah, I think you got a little ways to go, but I can check it.
Hey, we don't got to check it right now.
No.
Well, did you have anything else to talk about?
How
1:15.
150? Really?
Mm-hmm.
That went by quick. Well, sorry that we kind of dropped the ball this weekend.
Yeah, we dilly-dallied there for a while.
Yeah, but hey, at least you know what to do if your car ever gets towed now.
You know about Bitcoin a little more.
Yeah, I don't know. The Bitcoin thing is just a lot of fun to me. Like I don't know why it's fun, but it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say, like everybody should play it sometimes, but that's still dangerous. So
9% of the time, you quit gambling right before your big win.
no, there's never a wrong time to pull your money out and cut your losses.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a personal thing, like I lost $20. I lost 20%.
Yeah.
And it looked bad on my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I'd open up my Cash App, it had a little reminder for me every time, like, hey, you're negative 20%, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you, I can do it. So I should quit now while I have that like 0.19 or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's all for this week. Hopefully we'll hear from Jack Frost.
Hopefully so.
He ain't ever gonna call.